And wow. So, welcome everybody to Connect Ottawa keynote session with, I'm really looking forward to hearing from Mayank Sharma today. Mayank has actually been part of these sessions on Tuesday since practically the inception of when we started this epidemic. So it's going to be great to hear your story today, Mayank. Before we get started though, just to give you a little housekeeping, we're going to go around the room and let everybody introduce themselves. And before we do that, I'd like to do a couple of housekeeping things. So for those that don't know me, I'm Margaret Ann Davis. I'm one of the team members from Connect Ottawa, and I've also been around since inception. I love this. I love bringing people together, getting everybody connected and learning about how we can be of service to each other, which has resulted in a new event that we're doing. Well, it's this Keynote Tuesdays that we've been doing, but we're also opening it up to more opportunities for people. So if you want to learn more about that, I posted in the chat. I suggest bookmarking that page. That will show you upcoming keynote sessions, events. And if you actually scroll to the bottom of that page and going, it's time for me to step out of my comfort zone and do a presentation, just scroll to the bottom and hit apply, and we'd be happy to learn a little bit more about you and see if this is a fit for you. Also, for those that it's their first time, if you have not liked our page on LinkedIn, in the chat again, I'm going to share. Oh, do you like it says paste in chat? That's a reminder, so I know what to do. Oh, and I didn't catch the paste. Anyways, I'm going to invite you to follow us on LinkedIn if you haven't followed the page. And there we go. Follow and comment on LinkedIn Live afterwards. This is a great opportunity to go share, make a comment with Mayank, share it on your posts, and another way for us to really network and get the word out about each other. So I'm going to invite you to do that. And the last thing is I am going to share a post on Thursdays. We get together, and it's for a little bit more of a small team gathering where we talk about strategies and brainstorm for our businesses. And actually Thursday, we're going to get to hear from our very own VIP on the call here, Tanya Hewitt, who's going to share a little bit about webinars for success, what she did to set that up. And I'll share the link a little bit later because apparently I didn't get it there. And I apologize for a little bit of discombobbled after getting kicked off the Zoom call. So on that note, what we're going to do first, we're going to go around the room. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves, put your links again in the chat so people connect with you, and share a little bit about who you are and what you do. You'll have about 30 seconds. So on that note, how about Tanya? Can I get you to start this off today?
Absolutely, Margaret Ann, and I love your background. So my name is Tanya Hewitt, and I have a company called Beyond Safety Compliance, getting organizations to navigate their way through to being healthy. Because a lot of organizations, I was just on a webinar, seem to want to return back to the way things were before the pandemic, but the workspace has changed a lot, and we need to start adapting to a different way to get healthy workplaces, looking at relationships, looking at values, and trying to get more direction in the way that we're going. So that's me, Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance. How does your work look?
Thanks, Tanya. And how about Hiab?
Yeah. So I do marketing for most B2B companies, like in software, IT, in data science. So I specialize mostly with LinkedIn ads, Google ads, and also some prospecting with some cold emails and on LinkedIn as well.
Cool. Well, great to have you here. Are you in Ottawa?
Yeah, Ottawa.
Perfect. Awesome. Awesome to hear that. Okay. Thanks for joining us. And Erica.
Okay, there we go. I had to turn my mic on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm Erica. Don't really have anything going on right now. I finished my master's program a little while ago in social work. I'm still trying to pass that licensing exam though. I've only taken it once, missed it by 10 points. So that was, a fun day. So I have to retake that. And so I'm just waiting for that right now.
Well, congratulations. And
Thank
thanks
you.
for joining us. Maybe this call will help. I think Mayank might be talking a little bit about mindset. So
Yeah.
maybe a few pointers from that. Everything's
Yeah.
parallel. It's great to have you here. And what about Dylan Johnson? Are you there?
Hi.
Perfect.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dylan Johnson. I really am operating on two fronts. On one, I'm a recording, mixing, and mastering engineer for all kind of audio-visual projects. So that ranges from music to advertising to podcasting to interviews. So I'm a creative director in that regard. I'm also a recording and performing artist, and I go by the alias of Kjo. And I'm based in Toronto. And in my super secret superhero personality, I'm also a personal trainer and health and wellness coach. So qualified nutritionist, Pilates instructor, and kettlebell coach.
Awesome. Well, great to have you here, Dylan.
Thank you for having me.
And
one last note, I'm a good friend of Mayank Sharma. So
proud to say that. And don't forget, put your links in there. Maybe we'll go listen to some music, see what you play.
I will do.
Okay. So who have we got next? How about Corey?
Hi, everybody. Just barely got in here. Thanks, Bernie, for the reference or for the referral and joining today. So Mayank, I see that this is, and both Dylan as well, this is a great opportunity to liaise with people in the fitness industry. Also in the events that I'm looking forward to getting into with healing, and Bernie's well aware of the work we're trying to set up. So it's a delight to be here. My background in fitness involves owning a Gold's Gym at one point and doing some fitness training for police officers. So nice to be here. Perfect.
Great to have you here, Corey. And Sylvain, are you there now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm trying to fix the video things.
I can sympathize with you today.
Well, anyway, so I'm the owner of seedtheglobe.com. It's a company that I founded a few years ago, and I invented, designed a microgreen mini farm that you can put on your kitchen counter. It's all made with ceramic. It's all there's no plastic in that. And I'm also beginning to market or distribute a sea salt, fertilizer sea salt, which is very, very rich in minerals. And those minerals helps to build vitamins, enzymes, proteins. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm starting.
Okay, cool. Well, glad you joined us, and you're also related to the health and wellness industry. Then that's great. Look forward to learning more about you. Now, what about Rajat? Are you there?
Hi, my name is Rajat. Sorry, my camera just broke this morning, so apologies for that. Yeah, my name is Rajat. I'm a friend of Mayank as well. Right now, I'm working as a network engineer in a IT company, Checkpoint, in Ottawa itself. And it's basically just exploring my different possessions that I can actually try on. I've worked in 7-8 years in customer service, hospitality industry, worked with a lot of plant-based food, working with the restrictive diets, and just specializing right now in as a side business for plating, food plating and food photography.
Okay.
So
cool.
Just working on that while also working from home on an IT company. So just trying to be a jack of all trades. So we'll see where it goes.
Okay, well, great to have you here.
Thank you.
And what about Dion? Are you there?
Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me fine. I'm actually working one of my day jobs, but me coming in is the reason why I actually want to come from my day job, so I can actually get a little bit more acquainted and more comfortable and confident enough to actually start my own business at home. But to make a long story short, I have experience in IT. I have my degree in computer graphic web design. I normally on the side I do photography work, and now I'm really trying to expand and hopefully find something that actually can intrigue my enthusiasm for me to actually really, like I said, start making money at home. And I heard earlier a few of the guests are into the health and fitness, and I'm actually into health and fitness as well. I have a little background regarding in agricultural, and pretty much trying to get everyone who's interested as healthy as possible based off of the expertise and the knowledge I have to offer.
Perfect. Well, that's great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And Selena.
Hi, nice to meet you, everybody.
Hi.
Well, I think that I attended, I said that I attended yesterday or 2 days ago, because to be honest, I'm kind of new in Ottawa. It's going to be just a year that I'm in Ottawa, but I have been working remotely with a company in Toronto. I don't have a lot of business network in Ottawa. So far, I'm still working for a company. I'm a product owner. And before that, I worked in Mexico, my country where I was born. I work in supply chain and consulting services, but lately I have been having conversations with friends about the courage that takes to quit a job and to start something on your end. So I'm not at that point yet, but I definitely want to learn from people who already took that step.
Perfect. Well, you know what, Selena, you're in the right place. And actually, we've got a course, we have the Connect Ottawa Academy, and there's going to be one coming out that's called freelancing. And, just getting your feet wet and starting out with all the tips and tricks from, conception, startup to going. And so you're in a perfect place. Thanks for joining us, because even doing this can be really stepping out of people's comfort zone, getting on a call. So congratulations to all the first timers. And what about Bruni?
Oh, I do stuff. And what I do is B2B connections, people connections. Creative insight consultants is what I do. I connect folks. I find out what they need and what resource they are and what resources they need. Plus, I've just launched a podcast. It's going live tomorrow called Knack for Business. And Knack, then number 4, business, and also involved with another one called Property Wizards, understanding real estate investment and not being the realtor, but you want to get into that market. Thank you, Margaret Ann.
Perfect. Congratulations on the podcast. Exciting. Now, Stefan, are you there? Okay. So did I get everybody? I do believe so. If I didn't, slap my hands. And I'm just going to go ahead and take over. So as mentioned, I'm Margaret Ann Davis. I'm one of the founding members of Connect Ottawa, and we'll thrilled to have you here today. I'm really excited to introduce you to Mayank Sharma. He is a health and wellness coach and has been part of the health and wellness industry since 2016. In 2021, after working in corporate gyms, he started MS Bodywork so that he could contribute more directly to the health and wellness of the community. He specializes in overall body transformation at both beginner and intermediate levels. And today we're thrilled to welcome Mayank, who will be sharing from the ground up how to start your business from your home and make it your full-time income. Take it away, Mayank.
Hello, everyone. Name is Mayank, and as Margaret introduced me, I started MS Bodyworks about a year ago in August 2021, and it has been an amazing journey so far. Before I actually start, I want people to come on screen if they can, because these black tabs don't look good. They really look bad. They're like, in the middle, they really don't look good before I start talking. Okay, so number one thing from the ground up as the topic, it's basically starting business from scratch, having no clients, and basically, using all the simple tricks to get it going. Before we start a business, the first thing we need to literally drop and flush it down the toilet is the fear of rejection. Because when you become an entrepreneur, there's going to be a lot of rejection along the way. You cannot expect yes all the time, And the second thing is, you have to also drop the idea that I'm going to be embarrassed, or what if she says no? What if he says no? What if the client says this and that? So you need to drop all these things and just talk to as many people as you can. Go to networking events and like online, offline, and even you can just try, going to an open house, like a real estate open house. You need to make sure that you're around people. If your customer is an individual, if your customer is a company, then it's a different story. Now, number one thing, you need to have a service or a product, and you need to be fully confident about, at what you offer. You need to know who you are, what you offer, and what you bring to the table. Because unless you're confident, you're going to come out a little bit shy, and that is not going to help you sell your service and your product. And the second thing is about payment. So when it comes to selling a service or a product, you need to make sure that the payments are recurring. It's not a one-time thing, because if it's a one-time thing, then it's not a business. You're basically selling something one time, and then you don't get any money out. So you need to make sure from each customer you can make recurring payments. You can collect payments on a monthly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, or anything like that. And then you need to know who your customer is. For example, for me, for Dylan, and for Corey, our customer is like anybody who's not fit, anybody who wants to lose weight, anybody who wants to look good, anybody who wants to feel more confident about himself or herself. So that's our customer, intermediate levels and beginner levels. So you really need to have a clear picture of who you're selling to. If I was selling guns, my customers would be police, army, FBI, but I'm not selling guns. I'm selling a service. I'm selling personal training. So my customers are pretty much everywhere in every industry, like real estate, IT, or retail, right? So that you need to have clarity about your customer, the buyer, the payment system. You need to have an application, and your product answer or your service, right? So number one is the number one point, just do something. This is my favorite because I have a story here. So when I started my business back in July 2021, I was in the same office, and I Googled it. How do I get to people? Because my buyer is someone, like an individual. How do I do that? And I'm like, should I go talk to people? Because I don't have like a team working for me to send me prospects, right? So I don't have anybody working for me. I'm a solopreneur. So I'm like, I'm Googling this, and there's like a couple options, or you can go to like stores and introduce yourself, and you can do this and that. But then I read about the Red Bull story, and I really want to share it for the new people here. So Red Bull, back in the day when they were not a big company, they were having a marketing meeting in London, and they wanted to advertise their product, and they had like about 20 people discussing about different ways and measures to make it happen. So then everybody was talking about, okay, let's do posters, let's do website, let's do this and that. And one guy in the whole team, he's like, let's just manufacture 10,000 Red Bull cans overnight and crush them and put them in the bins all around the city. And then they did that. And the next morning, the entire city, everybody's walking around, they're going to their jobs, schools, whatever. And then they see Red Bull cans all over. And we as humans, we have this habit of copying others. If I go to a park, there's nothing there. If I do that for 15 minutes, I can make a bet that there's going to be 5 more people joining me, looking up in the sky. What the hell is going on with this? Why is he looking up for 15 minutes and there's nothing up there? So they followed the principle of copying others, right? So that's what Red Bull did. And I'm like, what I'm going to do, I'm going to download an application, and I'm pretty much sure everybody knows about this. It's called Uber Eats. For 1 month, I'm going to use that application. And I printed about 500 business cards. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to download Uber Eats. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get the name of the customer. I'm going to get the address, and I can either talk to him or I can leave my business card. So what I did, there's 2 kinds of deliveries. Either you talk to the person and you hand deliver him the package, or you leave something at the door, right at the doorstep. So for orders where they said, wait in the car, someone's coming, that was my chance to talk to them. I was wearing my t-shirt and I was driving a good car. So they're like, oh, what's going on, man? Like, why are you doing this? You seem like a pretty good guy. I'm like, I'm just like trying to put my name out there, talking to people and just letting them know that this is what I do and this is what I started. On the other hand, for people who say, drop the package at the door, I stapled my business card right with the package. And on the back of the card, I just wrote, if you need training, give me a phone call. So that's how I started, just taking the Red Bull idea and using an application that pays me when I'm working for them. So that's paid marketing, that's paid advertising. And then, I'm making money delivering the packages and also, spreading awareness about my business. So that's what I did. So you need to do something. You can't just sit in your office and like, what do I do? Should I hire a business strategist or should I just, buy a course or something? You have to keep things really simple. If your buyer is an individual, a person, you need to be around them. How can I expect a client if there is nobody around me? I'm in my office alone. So I need to go somewhere. Either I need to do something and talk to people, or I need to do the Uber Eats thing, or I need to just go do networking. So that's number one. You have to keep things really simple, right? You need to be able to talk to people, because if you cannot talk to people, then I would say drop the idea of, having your own business, because you won't make any money if you cannot strike a conversation with the strangers, because the reality is strangers have your money. The money that you want to make, strangers have it. This is my personal experience. All my clients are strangers, all of them. I don't know. I don't have any client who knew me before, like who worked with me, so they're all strangers. And let's say, for example, you want to start like a tattoo business. So first of all, you need to talk to at least 20 tattoo artists on how to actually play the game. You cannot just be in your office, oh, I want to be a tattoo artist, I want to grow my tattoo business. You have to talk to them. You have to go to some networking events. You have to go to the festivals, because usually the people who like having tattoos on their body, they usually go to the festivals. You cannot go to like a real estate event. You might find a client or two, but when you go to festivals and concerts and all that stuff, you will find hundreds and hundreds of people who will have multiple tattoos on their body. So you have to keep things simple. Number two, taking the emotions out of the picture. And this is really, really important. You cannot be emotional and expect to scale your business. No businessman is ever emotional. You have to play the game. Jeff Bezos also hand-delivered 10,000 packages before becoming a big Amazon tycoon. He literally hand-delivered 10,000 packages. He did the work. Because when you're emotional, you're not offering your services, because if it's a no, then you're going to feel sad about it. But then that's how it is. It's a numbers game. You cannot expect a yes all the time. So you have to shoot your shot every time. Because if you feel fully confident in your abilities to offer help to people, you have to be able to talk to as many as you can. We live in the city of 1 million people. I need 100 clients. How hard is it to get 100 clients if I have 1 million people living in my city? All you need to do is to formulate a plan where you're talking to enough people, online, offline, in-person events, parties, everywhere. Networking is 24/7. I don't ever think that networking ever stops. It's 24/7. It's always happening. I got some of my clients from bars. I got some of my clients from real estate open houses. I'm not there to buy a house. I don't want to buy a house. I'm just there to meet people. I want to be around people, because my business is all about helping people. I cannot stay home and think about, buying courses and getting my business going. So that's the second main point. You have to like just flush your emotions down the drain if you really want to make it happen. And the next thing is, when it comes to selling any product or any service, it's not the best product that sells. It's the best known product that sells. McDonald's sells the most shittiest burger on the planet. It's the worst burger to eat, but when you go to the drive-thru, you can go there at 2 a.m. in the morning, you will still see 20 cars parked. Starbucks, they don't sell the best coffee. I'm not saying they sell bad coffee, but they don't sell the best coffee. But they're still #1 coffee brand. McDonald's is #1 burger brand. Why? Because they are the best known companies. You cannot live in Canada and not expect to see a McDonald's or a Starbucks in your day-to-day life. They will be in your face every day, every hour, every minute. There's no such thing as a best book. It's a bestseller book. There's no such thing as best author. It's a best-selling author. So it's the person who sells the most. So the thing that you need to do is to get known. You have to get known. I'm not going to buy from you unless I know who you are. And I'm going to admit that this is the mistake that I made in my first year of business, because it's always a learning curve, that I used the organic way of growing my business. Now I am blessed with the quality to strike a conversation and hold it. That helped me to get revenue for my business, but this might not apply to everyone. So the biggest thing you should do is to attack social media every day. You need to have your pictures, your videos, your lifestyle out on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on YouTube and Instagram, whatever you want to use. So that's number one, because I didn't do it. I was able to scale my business to a good level just by the way of meeting people. But if you're a shy person, you don't like talking to people, or if you're an introvert, all you can do is you're in your house alone. Take a little video of what you want to talk about and just share it. It's the easiest way to go. If you feel that, you know what, I don't feel comfortable being around people, I'm a shy person, just use the Instagram. If you cannot record yourself on camera, then write something on LinkedIn and just post it, just like words. You don't even need to be on the camera, because some people have the camera anxiety. They're like, oh, you know what, it's not easy for me to record myself and post it. So then you can just write something down and just post it. You need to get known in the city. Like, we all go to Walmart. We all go to Costco. You can go to Costco on a Wednesday afternoon at 12 p.m. You won't be able to find a parking spot. But when it comes to businesses that are never doing good, they are the ones that they're not marketing. So marketing is such a huge thing when it comes to business. Like, people need to know what you do, and you need to be visible. If you go to a grocery store, if you enter the store, and let's say if they want to sell some Canadian tomatoes, right, or 100% Canadian tomatoes, if you go to Farm Boy, the minute you enter, you will have those tomatoes right in front of you, because it's the principle of visibility. If you're not visible, you won't buy it. If you go to the kids section and you want to buy some cereals, if you take a close look, the cartoon on the box of the cereal is literally going to look at you down at the kid. So if the kid is walking, and if the kid is looking at that little box, that cartoon, the way they design it, they draw it, the cartoon keeps looking at the kid. And that's why the kid starts crying, and he's gonna like do, oh, I need it. And that's how they sell it. It's basically these little principles. If you go to Costco, they basically give you a limited option. You go to Loblaws, you have 20 kinds of bread and jams available. You're like, what do I buy? You go to Costco, two types. You either buy this or you buy that, and you load up your cart and you give them $500 and you leave. So it's these little principles. So they're not emotional about it. You pay to enter Costco, then you pay to buy stuff, and then you leave. So emotions will never, ever help you becoming a business. I'm not saying that be a bad person and don't help people. I'm just saying that take the emotional component, out of the picture. Do not even when it comes to day-to-day life, I don't do stuff I want to do. I do it because I'm supposed to do it to achieve my success, to have a good body, to keep in shape. Sometimes I don't like to go to the gym, but I still go to the gym because I know this is what I need to do. If I'm always motivated by my feelings, then I would be only watching TV and binging on snacks all day long. I wouldn't be doing anything, because your brain is basically wired to tell you that, hey man, live a good life. It's easy. It's no problem. It's going to be all okay. But then you have to ditch those feelings and still do the work. Like, even when it comes to networking events, I see a lot of people here. I want all of you to connect to each other. There's no point spending an hour here listening to me if you go back to your life and then you're not even making a single phone call. Like, you should actually post your information, or like put your information in the chat box if you're really serious about your business, because I meet a lot of people who are so casual about it. They're literally just so casual. Oh, it's going to be okay. Maybe next month I'm going to like talk to 10 people. Maybe I'm going to start like tomorrow or something like that. No, I'm never casual about it, because that is why all my friends here, Rajat and Dylan, we are also connected on Instagram. I always talk about American mentality, and I'm going to explain it today what it actually is. It's about dominance. Like, the biggest thing that they're good at is dominating. You cannot start another Apple. You cannot beat Apple as a phone company. You cannot beat YouTube as a video company. You cannot beat UPS as a courier company. So UPS, they all started small, but the main mentality is that I am going to be number one, and there is no competition. It's about literally, eradicating competition out of the picture. This is what I do. Like, in some point in the future, I want to be the only guy in the city of Ottawa or wherever I live who's the one who make things happen when it comes to training people. I don't want competition. Competition is for losers. Like there is no competition with Jay-Z. He's $1 billion singer. No competition with LeBron James. Do you think that a lot of people here don't even know the second fastest swimmer? I know the first. I know Michael Phelps is the first, the best guy. I don't know who the second person is. So that's the American mentality. That's what I talk about, because any company, anything that they do, it's really, they do it to win. And that's what we need to, we don't need to behave like, them and, in some areas of life, they do not know how to behave. But all I'm saying is you need to take that thing from their playbook and apply it to your Canadian business or your business, and then just win. This is what I do every day. Like I never use social media for my marketing for 1 year, and I'm still living off my business every day. But now I am very much active on social media because I know I've hit the glass ceiling of actually doing the organic marketing and talking to people on a daily basis, because it is really exhausting. If I want to say something, I post it, 10,000 people will watch it, but I cannot naturally or like go to 10,000 people and talk to them. That's impossible. So social media is a big thing. Take the emotions out of the picture and go for it. Make the move. If you know that you're good at something, if you have someone in front of you, hey, ask them, hey man, I do this. This is what I'm good at. Do you want to give it a try? Because if you don't ask, the answer is no. This applies to personal life. This applies to professional life. The answer is always going to be no if you don't ask. So for me, my marketing strategy is very simple. If I meet people, my point is to get their contact information. That's it. You talk to them and you get to know each other and get their contact information. Contacts leads to contracts. Interactions leads to transactions. You can note it down. That's it. It's as simple as it is. Like scaling a business from $0 to $10,000 a month is very, very easy. You can do it by yourself. You don't need a team. But when you get to 5 figures a month, then you need to scale it. Then you need help. Then you need social media assistant. Then you need, your marketing team and stuff like that. But up until 10K, it is absolutely, absolutely easy. So you have to really keep things simple. Just keep it simple. Like talk to people, go talk to, like on the weekend, if you have a 9-to-5 job, you want to start a business, take 3 months to learn a skill and then monetize it. On the weekend, instead of fooling around here and there, you can just go talk to people. Google what's happening around Ottawa. Like it is as simple. What's happening around Ottawa? You click and then you will see like 20 events. Then you pick 5 or 6 of you like that you like to go, and then just go talk to people. Like come back with 10 contacts, then call them the next morning or the next Monday or something like that. It's very easy. Like my goal is to at least strike 10 new conversations a day. It could be anywhere. It could be in the gym. It could be at an event, or it could be anywhere in my day-to-day life. That's how I do it. And social media, because like, here's the thing. If you're not getting any results, you will feel discouraged. It is very natural for human beings to give up if they're not getting any results, but you won't get any results unless you put in the work. So you need to talk to 100 people to get 10 contracts, but you need to talk to 100 people to get 10 contracts. Like you need to practice how to pitch your business to people. But if you don't do it, in 10, 50, 60 days, you will have no clients, and then you will get doubts. Oh my God, is it really working? Should I go back to my job? Should I just, apply for the government position, or should I do this and that? But that doubt comes in when you just don't do the actual real grunt work. And that's what I do every day, because one thing that I know about myself is I cannot be an employee. I just cannot. Like it's not in me to be an employee. So what's the other side of the wall? I have to do this work. I have to network. I have to talk to people. I know it's hard. I know it's draining. I know it's very cumbersome, but I still need to do it, because my other option is going to work for someone else, which is absolutely not going to happen. It is just impossible. I cannot have anyone telling me this is your break time. You do this, you do that. No. I'm going to eat when I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat 70 times a day. You're no one to tell me when I'm going to eat. And the only way that happens is when I have a business. So you need to also, have like a little picture of what you want. And if you don't get it, what would be the ramifications of it? And if you know that, if I fail here, then I have to go back to work for someone else. And that's not going to work for me. That applies for me. And then comes the money part. We all know that if you really want to be in tier 1, like the top tier population, the elite, you cannot have that with a job. It is set in stone. You cannot be an employee and expect to have that fancy life. If you want to have that fancy life, if you want to have some freedom, if you want to have the window, like for example, for me, I'll be honest about it. I do not like doing non-entrepreneurial shitty tasks like I have like snow shoveling, lawn, cleaning the dishes, this and that. I absolutely hate those tasks. The only way for me to make that happen is to get to $10,000, $15,000, $16,000 a month, spend $2,000, hire someone to do that stuff, and leverage the time that I save from those activities to make more money and to get more business. So that's just me personally. So you need to make sure, like, you need to really know who you are and what are you willing to sacrifice to get to that level of living. So that's number 2. And number 3 is take care of your health. What are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do with the money if you're not even in shape? What's going to happen? You're overweight. You have like multiple problems. You're going to the hospitals every day. How are you going to even enjoy that money? It's better to be healthy and have $10 in the pocket than be totally suffering from like multiple diseases and have $1 million check in the pocket. That's what I believe. You can still have $10 in the pocket and go have an ice cream with your girlfriend, but if you're healthy. But if you're not, even $1 million Bugatti or any car or anything is not going to give you any happiness. So, and even when you become an entrepreneur, it's not easy because you have to do taxes, you have to network, you have to do the billings, you have to connect, you have to do consultations, you have to train people or whatever your business is. And then if you're handling so much stuff, and then comes the house stuff, the dirty work, the kitchen, the bedroom, the car, the servicing, and this, the general life. How can you expect to live a life like that when you're not healthy? It's impossible. You can't just expect that to happen. So you need to take care of your health. And this is so annoying that, like, when people come to me, or even I would like to ask Dylan too, when people come to us, they expect us to close the situation. I mean, you guys don't have mirrors in the house. Like, it's just like, you can tell you're unhealthy. You can tell you're overweight because you can look at yourself when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. I do not know why health and wellness coaches are expected to sell the training services. And on the other hand, therapists and doctors and other people, like even physio, they're not selling anything. People go there, they discuss their situation, and they buy or whatever, they pay and they play. But health coaches, I really don't know why is this the case. They need to persuade the client or the prospect to start training, which is, according to me, it's stupid because they should know like their situation and if they want to do good in life, because health is the nucleus of everything, you know. Health is like, if you're not healthy, you can't do anything. No job is going to hire someone who doesn't look good. And I'm not talking about color here. If I am interviewing and somebody else is interviewing for the same position, and that person knows more than me, a bit more than me, and I look fully disciplined, like I look good, my shirt looks good, I've got good hygiene going on, I will be hired. He won't be hired, because company can teach you the real work, but they can teach you how to live a healthy life. So that's number 1. Number 2, and this is for the young people between 25 and 45, like for the, whatever you call it, I don't know the categories here, millennials or whatever super names they give it to people between 25 and 45. We are heading towards a society where looking good is becoming a necessity. It's like you have to look good. When you go to these parties and stuff, I went to a pool party summertime with a friend who is overweight. The minute we were at the venue, he literally just backed out. He's like, I cannot go in there because people there are like good looking and they're like dancing and they're confident, they're alpha. Well, then you have to work on yourself. You cannot just hide in your house all day. So there's also out of the box reasons to work out. You will get a better job if you work out. You will have a better relationship if you work out. You will have a beautiful life if you work out, because people who work out, they know that they look better than 75% of the people on the planet, and they live every day. They have like They live every day like a ride. It's like, it's a game for them. They talk to as many people as they want to because they know they're good at it. They get the best jobs. They make the money. They drive the cars. So there's a lot of out of the box reasons that people really don't care about working out. And when you turn 30, this is like the 30 is the worst and the best age of life. Like when the 21, 22, 29 is gone and you turn 30 and the candle says 3 and 0 and you're blowing it, that's when you really either feel good that you're good looking, you got a business, you make $20,000 a month, you have everything together, you have a good life, you structured it in a way that suits your preferences. Or on the other hand, okay, man, I literally screwed up the whole decade. You know, I literally just didn't eat the right food. I didn't work out. I don't have a job. I don't have a skill. And then you see these people working at Loblaws and Farm Boy pushing skids and like, oh my God, when am I going to get a day off? My goal is my Monday to Sunday is the same. I don't care about Saturday. I don't care about Sunday. I don't care about Monday. They're all the same. There's no difference. I'm doing the exact thing on Sunday, having fun, going out, talking to people, and exact thing on Monday. I don't wait for Friday. I don't hate Monday. It's the same. I can call them day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I don't even name them. I don't name my days because people who name their days are the ones who are basically living a 9 to 5 mundane life. They are the ones. Friday, man, it's Wednesday, 2 more days. But people like me, Dylan, we don't give a damn about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's all the same. Let's go. You wake up. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get our goals done. Let's talk to people. And that's my last thing. Take care of yourself. It's most important. And just like, you know, it's easy to win if you can do the simple stuff. I can give you my formula. I have every day, I make sure I run, I read, I record, I post, I train, I network, and that's it. 6 activities a day. I don't need to focus on the next day. No, wake up, read, run, post, network, market, and all my stuff. Go to bed, read, run, post again, and record. That's pretty much it. Perfect. So those were the 3 points. And if you have any questions, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mayank. That's great. Very powerful. You've got your shit together. I'm gonna use that.
And I know that. That's the other thing. If you're good, okay. You don't know you're good, that's bad. If you're good and you know you're good, that's a power weapon.
So on this call, that is a lot of belief systems. So Corey, we're going to go around the room. If anybody has a question, just raise your hand. We have about, about 5 minutes to get through. So go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, thanks. I just wanted to comment, and Mayank, thank you so much for the presentation on the importance of fitness. One of the things that coming from that industry as well, that is very apparent now more than ever, and perhaps not when I was working in that in the fitness business, but is the root cause as to why so many are unable or unable really to enjoy the benefits of fitness. And it often comes from root cause issues that are based in trauma sometimes. So looking at how people can be incited or inspired to take on a more fit lifestyle, and the gradual movement into that is really important. So this is what I'm working with Bernie on, is taking a look at some of the things that might contribute to wanting to be more involved, and looking at how trauma or disconnection or some of these things from youth can translate into difficulties later in life, where like this individual that went with you to the pool party saying, I can't go in there. It's all about coming down to self-worth and those things. Fitness will address it, absolutely. It's something that they will learn as time goes on, but just getting to that point where they're willing is really, really key.
It's the answer. So here's the thing. When it comes to like having low confidence, your mind needs to have an evidence that you're confident. I know good-looking people, they cannot talk to no one because they have never consciously created an evidence for the mind that they are good-looking and they can do it. You won't develop the skills to sell unless you sell. You have to do it. And when it comes to trauma, it has been scientifically proven that when the body is in motion, you feel good. No debate on that. When you are feeling bad all day, you have like a bad day. And if you put your headphones on and you go for a walk or a run, in 10 minutes, you will feel good because your mind is not wired to think to operate on two things at the same time. So when it comes to people not working out, they're expecting to look like Cristiano, which will never happen on day one. They have to start, they have to get in the gym. They can walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes and get out. And then the next day, 6 minutes, and then the next day, 7 minutes, because what they're looking at is the progress. But you have to look at the process, not the progress, because if you are looking for the progress, you're basically moving your happiness away from you. Oh, when am I going to get that body? I'm going to feel happy about it. When I get the car, I'm going to feel happy. One, you have to be happy, like, you know, on your way to that body, on your way to that life. So, well, if he keeps running from that occasion, he's never going to get it, because we don't like being uncomfortable. Like for me, I like to put myself on ice every day. If I'm not good at something, I'm going to do it scared. And what happens if I do it 10 times, that fear is gone.
Now, Tanya.
So I know Mayank because he did exactly what he said he does. He did. He approached me and we had a conversation. And so now I go to his gym, weekly in order to work out. But I would like Mayank to share his sales story because I think that's really, really insightful.
Okay. Well, I would love to. So it's a company, I think it's Train Yards, the one on Train Yards. It's a camping, it's like an outdoor company. They sell like camping stuff, fishing, guns and all that stuff. I don't know anything about anything there. Like I have no idea like how to set up a tent and I don't even know how to swim. So there's no point selling kayaks if you don't even know how to swim. So I needed a job. And I usually keep things simple. And this is the summer of 2018 when my goal was to save a lot of money to pay my tuition for my school, Algonquin College. So I was walking and I'm like, okay, I see this store, which is beautiful. They have boats and all that stuff. I go in and I see all white people there. Literally a store full of 100 white people, employees, 100 white employees. I'm like, you know what? This is my place. I want to be here. Because it was my initial years in the country and I wanted to Canadianize myself and get to know the culture. So what's the better way of actually working with Canadians and learning their activities and getting paid in the process? So I go to the customer desk and I'm like, hey, I need a job. As simple as that. Like, no, hello, hi. I'm like, hey, I hope you're doing good. I need a job. And they're like, okay, what kind of job do you need? I'm like, anything that is in this building. So they're like, oh, so what do you know about camping? I'm like, nothing. And they're like, what do you know about kayaks and stand-up paddleboards? I'm like, absolutely nothing. And they're like, have you ever done hunting or something? I'm like, no, I don't know nothing about nothing here. I just need a job. And then she was like, okay, so what do we do now? I'm like, all I want you to do is direct me to the manager so I can talk to him. And because I need a job. I need to really learn this stuff. I like those surfboards over there. Those were paddle boats. And I call them surfboards because I don't know that they were the difference between a surfboard and a paddle boat. The stand-up paddle boat, the one that looks like a surfboard. And then she's like, you know what, just go talk to that manager. He's setting up a tent. He works for camping department and he might be able to help you. And I walk up to him and I'm like, you know what, man, I need a job in this department. And he's like, do you know anything about camping? I'm like, absolutely not. And he's like, then are you ready for an interview? I'm like, yes, I'm ready. Let's go. I have no answer to any question. We go into the room and he asked me 10 questions. And I absolutely said no to all the questions. I like absolutely zero answer. And then he asked me, why should I hire you? I'm like, because I want to learn. And I'm being honest. I don't know nothing about it, but I really want to get to know white people. That's what I said. It was my initial years in the country. I'm like, really want to know white people because I think they are the majority here. They know more about the country. They've been living here for like a lot of time. And I really want to learn these little outdoor activities because I'm a city guy. I've never done all this stuff. Hired on the spot.
There you go. Love it.
You keep it simple. If I go there, oh my God, I don't know anything about the stuff. I walked in, I came out with a job offer, like on the spot. So that's my story of keeping it simple and getting what you want.
I love it. And it's it's also being, just a little honest and vulnerable, right? That's good. Stepping out of your comfort zone again. So well done, Mayank. Okay, I'm going to come back to you in a minute because we wrap up because it's 1:55. We had a question, I guess, from Safan, but don't answer this yet, okay? it's in the chat. Who is your accountability partner, making sure you do perform these 6 best practices every day? Is it human or technology? And in which case, then what or who would that be? So he's curious to know if you actually have an accountability partner. Now, before you go there, I'm going to do a bit of sharing of what's coming up next while you gather your answer for that. Okay. So Thursdays, as mentioned before, we have a VIP meeting from 12 to 1 every week. Tanya this week is going to be sharing her journey of webinars. And Tanya's a thrill to listen to. She's very I think I like Tanya because she's got all these plans and processes. I like the way she thinks. I'm not sure what type of a learner I am, but I love the way you think. So you don't want to miss that. And we also share a tip of tools and technologies that can help with your business. This week, I think we're going to further the conversation on our new Connect Ottawa Academy. So if you've been looking for a place to put up an online course, have your own academy, or just learning, this will be an ideal meeting to join us on Thursday. What else? I am interested in presenting now. Mayank, you did an amazing job. If everybody looks there and goes, I've been thinking about doing, but talking about stepping out of your comfort zone. So just like if fitness has been on your horizon and it hasn't happened, maybe, doing something like this might be in your midst too. So if you're interested in presenting, take a look at that document and share with us your topic and stuff, and we can have a conversation and see where that takes us. So 157, Bernie, am I missing anything?
Probably who's speaking next week.
Do you want to share who's speaking? Dan.
It's Dan, the Crypto Man. It's basically a Crypto 101 course. If you don't know what it's all about or want to flesh it out, he's a seasoned financier in the US, and he just shares the information on what it is and how it operates. And that's next Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Perfect. I'm actually looking forward to that. Seen a few conversations on crypto, and I must admit that it just doesn't really sink in yet. So maybe this time, fourth, fifth time is going to be the charm. Mayank, we'll go back to you. Do you want to answer that accountability partner question for us?
So I don't have anyone as my accountability partner, but the people that I look up to, I know them, but they don't know me. They are the big guys. So I learn everything from them. And I do not have any friend or anybody who's my accountability partner, because I'm very much intrinsically motivated. I'm not saying that I don't need an accountability partner, but I look up to people who are really big in the game, and that's pretty much it. I do not have any accountability partner. They're human beings, but they're one's a football player and one's a business guy. So yeah, they're big in the game. So no partner.
Okay, cool. Which is very interesting because a lot of talk. You're you know what? I really actually like that, because that means you're accountable to you. You just know this is my vision. This is what I need to do, and you just go after and do it. So upcoming presenters, as Bernie was mentioned, I've just chaired our. We've got Crypto 101 for beginners. Okay. That's for our call next week, and the keynote. If you want to bookmark that page for upcoming speakers. And on that note, Mayank, again, thank you very much for joining us. Actually, I've still got 1 minute left. So what is
Margaret Ann, one quick thing. If you see that link for next week and you're interested, just click it. It doesn't mean you're going into the meeting, but you're registered for it, and you can add it to your calendar. So it's a lot easier than, I put it in the chat and I forgot about it. So as soon as you click it, go to it. If it's something that interests you. Sorry, Margaret Ann.
No, that's great. It's we're just trying to simplify things up so you don't forget. Like you said, click the link, put it in your calendar. Thursday's event every day from 12 to 1. And we'll be sending you Connect Ottawa keynote session follow-up. I am going to put that link in the chat. And Bernie, how do they save the chat again?
If you open the chat, you'll see the bottom right-hand corner. You see a happy face and those 3 dots. Click the 3 dots. And save the chat. And if you don't know where it's saving it on your computer, not a problem. Right above it says show in folder. And it's usually underneath documents, Zoom, and then today's date with a little information in that space.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So that will give you some, you can connect with Mayank. You can actually go share on our Facebook page, give a like. Maybe if you have a comment that if what was the thing that happened today that, you know, really stands out in your mind, that would be great. And again, thank you all for joining us today. Any last minute comments, Mayank?
Yeah, just one thing. Whatever kind of business do you have, just follow these 3 words: shoot your shot. That's it. There's nothing else. It cannot be any simple than that. Just shoot a shot. Just talk to people. You know, you want to get clients, keep talking, keep asking. You talk to 200 people, you get 20 clients, you're in business. Boom, done. You need to kick that boss down the road, kick that job down the road, and have fun. That's pretty much it. And the second thing is, you can actually, if anybody wants to talk with me one-on-one, my website is msbfit.com. You can go there and you can have all the information, my phone number, my email, and you can book a one-on-one, which is absolutely free Halloween candy to all of you. So you can go there. And my podcast, well, I mean, I just launched it 2 weeks ago. There's only 1 episode on it. I will be releasing the second one pretty soon. It's called the Mayank Sharma series. So there's no fancy word, the Mayank Sharma series. That's it. Simple. And it's also about self-development, but it's a bit like, I mean, the language is a bit explicit. So if you can handle it, you can go for it.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Mayank, for joining us. Great job. And we look forward to seeing our audience and everything at the next event next week. Don't forget about the crypto. So take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great. Okay, let's go off.